Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine and safe at home. So, yesterday we saw part 1 of this lesson. So, today we are going to see part 2. So, let us begin. Put the sword back on its anvil, Sir Ector said to Kay. But try as he might, Kay could not put the sword back. It struck the anvil and slid off the block. Arthur saw what was happening and thought that his father was angry with them because he thought the sword was stolen. Sir Ector had always told his son what matters most for a knight is integrity, being honest and truthful at all times on all occasions.
Impulsively.
Arthur stepped forward
Here, let me put it
impulsively.
back, he
Here,
said.
let me put it back, he said, and taking the mighty sword from his elder brother, he thrust it back on the anvil and it slipped in neatly. I assure you, father, I did not steal the sword. Kay needed a sword urgently, and I did not want to keep him waiting. Rather than ride all the way home, I decided to take the sword which I found in the churchyard. And see, it is back in its place now. I fully intended to put it back in place after the tournament. And glancing at his brother, he added, I am sure that is what Kay would have told me to do, wouldn't you, brother? Sir Kay did not speak a word. All right, Arthur, I believe you, said Sir Ector. Now let me see you draw that sword out as you did the first time. First you, Kay. But try as he might, Kay could not so much grip the handle, and he could not move the sword however hard he tried. Now it's your turn, Arthur, said Sir Ector sternly. Arthur gripped the handle of the sword and drew the sword out gently but firmly. Sir Ector made him repeat the action again and again. Each time Arthur gripped the handle and drew the sword out without any hesitation. Sir Ector was overwhelmed. He fell on his
before
knees
his young
before
son,
his young
who held
son,
the mighty
who
sword
held
in
the
his
mighty
hand
sword in
and
his
bowed
hand
his
and
head
bowed
in
his
deep
head
devotion.
in deep devotion.
Wordlessly,
Kay followed his
example.
example. So, as three of them reached in the courtyard, Sir Ector asked Sir Kay to put the sword back in the anvil. So Sir Kay, as much as he tried to put that sword inside the anvil, he couldn't do it. So Arthur stood forward and he took the sword and he went and pushed that sword inside the anvil very firmly. So after doing this, Arthur went to his father and told everything whatever happened related to the sword. Sir Ector told Arthur that yes, I believe you. So now I want to see how did you remove that sword from the anvil. But first Kay will try it. So again, when Sir Kay tried to put the sword in the anvil, it did not go. As hard as he tried, it was unable for him to put the sword back in the anvil. So it was now Arthur's turn to do it. So Arthur just holded the handle and placed that sword inside the anvil very easily, very gently. So after seeing that, Sir Ector asked Arthur to repeat it again and again. After saying this, Sir Ector fell on his knee in front of Arthur and bowed him with all the respect and devotion. Seeing his father do that, even Sir Kay did the same thing and followed his father. Now let us see what happens next. Arthur jumped back in surprise. Father, why do you kneel before me? Am I not your son? That is what I had thought until now, Sir Ector replied. But now I know better. I know whose son you are. You are the son of the good King Uther Pendragon, and now I bow to you as you are the king of Britain now. How could that be? You and I know that I am an orphan boy entrusted to your care. Silently, Sir Ector pointed to the inscription on the stone which Arthur had not seen until now. Whoso pulleth out this sword is by right of birth King of England. But it can't be me. Father, I am your son, and I shall always remain your son. There was a flashlight, and Merlin appeared before them, a hooded figure with bright, shining eyes and a bewitching smile. Lovingly, he laid his hand on Arthur's head and said to him, Indeed, I was the one who entrusted you to good Sir Ector for your own safety. Your father and I knew that greater danger lay ahead for the kingdom and yourself. No sooner than you were born, your father blessed you and handed you over to me with the solemn request that you would take your rightful place on the throne of England when it was safe for you to do it. So, after seeing Sir Ector bowing down in front of Arthur, he replied that how could it be possible that I am the king of Britain, as you and I both know that I am an orphan and you are taking care of me. Then Sir Ector pointed at the anvil and on the letters or the inscription which was written on it, and that was, Whoso pulleth out the sword is by right of birth King of England. And he explained Arthur what does it mean. Then Arthur said that, No, you are my father and I am your son. So during this conversation, there was a flash of light and Merlin appeared in front of them and said Arthur that he was the one to give him to Sir Ector because his father and his kingdom was in danger, and as soon as you were born your father blessed you and asked me to give it to a noble person who can take good care of you, and one day you would take the throne of England when it was safe for you to do so. Now let us see what happens next. Turning to Sir Ector, Merlin said, In the name of the late King Uther, I thank you. You have done a splendid job of bringing up the heir to the British throne. Now you must inform the Archbishop and your fellow knights of all that has happened here. I shall await your return. Forthwith Sir Ector called upon the Archbishop and all the lords assembled at the tournament. Holding Arthur by the hand, he announced to the assembly, Behold the rightful King of England. For a moment there was silence, and then the crowd burst out in angry protest. How can we believe you? Who is this unknown boy? Where did he come from? How is he any better than one of us? The Archbishop took them all to the churchyard. The entire assembly watched in awe as Arthur inserted the sword in the anvil and drew it out effortlessly. Some of the lords and knights also tried to draw the sword but failed to do so. Again and yet again, Arthur drew the sword from the stone before his people. Each time cheers went up, and each time more and more knights drew their swords and held them high in a gesture of loyalty to their new-found prince. Loud cheers rose from the common people who had surrounded the churchyard eager to greet the new king. Now Merlin stepped out of the shadow and addressed the crowds. Behold, O people of Britain, I present to you the one and only son of King Uther Pendragon and his queen. He is your rightful king. So now what happens is Merlin appreciates Sir Ector because he had done a very good job of raising Arthur and also bringing him to the tournament. And then Merlin tells Sir Ector to go and inform the Archbishop about what all happened here. And as Sir Ector goes and announces that we have found our rightful king, everyone burst out in anger and they were like, Who is this boy? How do you know he is the rightful king? Is he better than us? Even we tried to remove the sword and we were unable. How is this small boy able to do so? Then the archbishop asked everyone to come in the churchyard. There, Arthur inserted the sword in the anvil and drew out very effortlessly, and even some of the lords and knights tried their hand, but they could not do it. So, again, Arthur was asked to do the same. Then the people were so happy and cheering him up because they had found their new prince for the throne of Britain. Then the Merlin came out, and in front of everyone, the whole crowd, he announced that he is the son of King Uther Pendragon and his queen, and he is your rightful king. I hope you all have understood this. Read this lesson once again. Thank you.